Text number 1 from 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Param Bhuya Pravakshami Gnananam Gnanamuttamam Yajgnatva Muniyas Sarve Param Siddhim Itogata. The translation, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Again I shall declare you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained supreme perfection. Lord Krishna diving into the detail of how modes of material nature works on all of us. Very, very important aspect to understand. Sripad Shankaracharya says, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. There is only one literature, that is the literature of Bhagavad Gita spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. And the end he finishes by karmapi ekam tasya devasya sevaha. There is only one work for all of us, that is to serve Krishna. Lord Krishna, whenever he speaks each and every chapter, he emphasizes the importance of every chapter. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam, Lord Krishna says in 9th chapter. This is the secret of all the secrets, because even though Bhagavad Gita is there in most of the houses in India, pretty much it remains as a very, very secret knowledge, because it takes a courage for a person to open and read the book, and also it requires, we to have enough punya in our bank balance to open and read the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And what is this three modes of material nature Lord Krishna is speaking about? I just told karmapi ekam tasya devasya sevaha means the work of all of us has to be service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But in this world, most of us are leading life serving everyone other than Krishna. Most of our time is engaged in doing things which is nothing related to the Lord. And Sripad Shankara says, there has to be only one work for all the human beings, that is to serve Krishna. And you might ask the question, how is it possible, Prabhu? I need to work. I need to bring money to my own home, and I need to take care of the family. In that, how is it possible that I can serve Krishna? And Bhagavad Gita gives a very, very, very beautiful process by which we can do everything. Even today, the Satvik, right? Satvik has come from the MMS Mysore Medical College. He is studying in first year. Even a doctor, while doing his work in the hospital, he can serve Krishna. How is it possible? Even anyone, for example, if someone is working in the restaurant, still he can serve Krishna. There's a beautiful process that is being taught to all of us in Bhagavad Gita, and that is why it is very, very important for us to learn Bhagavad Gita, because it's a way of life. When Bhagavad Gita can pull a person who is in the battlefield, who was running away from not doing work, to do work with motivation, will it not help the doctor or an engineer or a cook or a housewife or a lawyer or any profession to do their work connected to Krishna? Because Krishna told ultimately this war is not for winning the kingdom, but this war is to set up a standard process by which each and every person can learn that even in a calamity, someone can serve Krishna. Even in a calamity, if someone can serve Krishna, is it not possible in our day-to-day life? Can we serve Krishna? Yes, it's possible. That is where the Bhagavad Gita was taught in peculiar situation to actually teach all of us that Bhagavad Gita is applicable to us in any way of life which we are leading today. So how is it the 14th chapter is important to us, the modes of material nature? How can we understand modes of material nature? Many people take birth and die without even understanding which nature I am in. Sometimes the only nature you think about or you try to understand is during your marriage. Whether the nature is compatible. You go to the horoscope and see how many gunas are matching. You understand what I mean? That is the only time. After that, gunas are kept aside, and our all the things starts happening. Whether matching is happening, yes, matching is happening. That's it, finished. But what is the significance of that guna in our life? No one even thinks about it. That is gone. That's only for before the marriage that horoscope has to be tallied. After that, throw it in the bin. It doesn't have any importance in my life. That is where very important for us to understand the modes of material nature is not about this tallying your gunas and matching them. Even if you tally guna and all the 36 gunas matches, you might separate in a year of time. It's not guaranteed. So, how can we understand this much deeper so that we will all come to a consensus that yes, what I'm going to read from 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I'm aligned in this understanding. I should get into 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and read in detail. That is very much important. That's why I'm going to just give you a brief analysis of 14th chapter, very, very basic foundational principle with which you can all understand it and makes it easier to go into the next verses of Bhagavad Gita. So, those Shiva Shankara or any science of this world have told the only work for all of us is to serve Krishna, and that mood in each and every one of us is the unifying theme that brings people together. But today, each and every person are busy in their own world, and absolutely there is no Krishna that connects all of us. For each and every one, the motivation factor that has become predominantly sucked into their life is making financial income. That's all. Other than that, they do not see any importance of anything else that need to be there in our life. Making money is the only one aspect of life with which everyone are running behind. But how to use that money? You need to read Bhagavad Gita. For example, he's going to, I'm just giving you an example of Satvik because he's a doctor, studying doctor. Basically, he's going to look into the bodily aspect of life. Only the gross elements of the body he would be able to cure by adding chemicals through tablets, medications, or taking out some part of the body which is becoming a decaying factor or becoming negative to the body's long running life. That's all he can do. Other than that, the more we go deeper into the aspects of psychological factor, doctors have no role to play. They can only try to give depressant tablets, that's all. Other than that, what he can give? That's why people get addicted to drinking. For example, Venkatesh Prabhu shared one status video today where the wife is telling the husband, teaching the husband, see, even my house dog knows what to drink. First, she puts the alcohol into the tumbler, dog doesn't drink, takes out the alcohol from the tumbler and puts the milk, and dog starts drinking. And the husband has different analogy to tell. If you are drinking, she wanted to tell you're a dog. But what did the husband say? A dog cannot drink alcohol. It is meant for human beings. So there are different ways with which people can, draw conclusions. But at the end of the day, even greatest of the greatest medical scientists in this world understand that I can take out some part of the body which has no significance, and I can make that patient all right, or I can join the bones together and I can make the patient all right. Yeah, I can actually do the heart operation and make some a patient all right. But when it comes to the mental aspects, doctor even struggle. They can only give depression tablets. Other than that, they cannot do anything. That's where we understand that the higher and the higher principle you go, the subtler and the subtler it becomes. None of the medical scientists or any of our medications in this entire world can cure any person in this world except one that can actually bring a person to some kind of understanding is Bhagavad Gita. Karmapi ekam tasya devasya sevaha. If we are connected to Krishna, we are unifying because Krishna is an attractive personality who can bring people together. One principle on which the entire world can be unifying, that is Krishna. Very important aspect for us to understand how the modes of nature affects all of us. It is affecting all of us now as well. Just like, for example, if you go to a film, who is the person who orchestrates the entire film narration from start to end? Without one person, the film will be of no spice. Who is that person? Villain. If the villain has no role in the film, then absolutely it becomes so pale. You understand what I mean? What does the villain do? He ensures that he is focusing on the hero of the film and ensuring that the most troubles are given to him. And the film is all about how the hero can navigate through challenges, navigate through difficulties, so that he achieves his objective of the goal of that film. Similarly, please understand this modes of nature which Lord Krishna is talking about is also an influencing factor in our own life. We need to understand three influencing factors in our life. One is the mode of nature, the goodness, passion, and ignorance. What we are all made up of. Those are all influencing factors. The second aspect Lord Krishna speaks about in Bhagavad Gita is time. How time is influencing all of us, making our life more and more difficult. Third is our baggage of credits and debits of previous life, which is playing a vital role in our life. These three aspects Lord Krishna explains in a most detailed way in Bhagavad Gita. And these three aspects Lord Krishna speaks and he tells how soul can reach me crossing over these three obstacles. You're understanding? These three obstacles, if you analyze, read through Bhagavad Gita, you come to a conclusion that the Bhagavad Gita is all about managing these three aspects. What is the whole objective of managing these three aspects? So that we can win over and surrender to Krishna. Again, in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the modes of material nature Lord Krishna is speaking about is also to tell all of us these modes of material nature is influencing all of us. We have 140 crore people, human beings, and each and every human being are unique in their own aspects. And everyone are working hard. And everyone wants happiness in this world. Is it not? Doesn't matter you pick up a person from Kenya or you pick up a person from Uganda or you pick up a person from Uzbekistan or you pick up a person from New Zealand or you pick up a person from Switzerland or pick up a person from even going to Bhutan. You ask anyone what is your aim of life? I want to be happy in this world. This story doesn't change at all. And Bhagavad Gita talks about nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatum tishta akarmakrit. Even 1 second of time, no human beings can be inactive in this world. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. Even for 1 millionth of a second, jatum tishta akarmakrit. Akarmakrit is not doing anything. Impossible for anyone to say that I am not doing anything even for millionth of a second. Lord Krishna tells in the 3rd chapter, Karyatehi avashak karma. Everyone are following their own way of life. Sarvam prakriti chairgunair. The three modes of material nature is acting upon each and every living entities in this world to lead their own way of life. Lord Krishna tells this in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So if you look into this entire world, packed with human beings, every person has a peculiar way of leading life. I told about the compatibility during marriages. No matter how much horoscope you go through, compatible, yes, all the 36 qualities match. I will give you guaranteed uncompatibility exists in every day of life. For example, for a one person, sleeping is life. For a person, sleeping is life. For another person, sleeping is part of life. You get what I mean? Don't become serious. Just smile a little bit. For another person, sleeping is to ensure that he re-energizes so that he can work tomorrow. One person sleeps, there is no tomorrow. Such an incompatibility is guaranteed in each and every one houses. I can give you 100% guaranteed. For one person, he wants to enjoy life going out of the house and travel. Another person feels that just staying in house gives him lot of enjoyment, happiness. You get what I mean? For one person, he thinks that working in the kitchen is a stress booster. He takes the stress away. Another person entering into the kitchen itself is a stress. People are different in this world. No person can be compatible. That's how this material world has been designed. Very difficult to get in this world. Two people compatible to each other. See the miracle of Krishna. Soul in each and every one's heart, which is driving this human body and making this life possible. And this soul is part and parcel of Krishna, but covered with the body makes each and every human individual different. Rudra's no talking. Keeping body, having this body makes each and every individual different. That's the modes of material nature acting on us. As long as we are on the platform of the soul, absolutely it's unifying. As soon as this body covers all of us, becomes distinctive factor which actually separates each and every human being in this world. That is why Bhagavad Gita is unifying, because Bhagavad Gita talks about how we can all, irrespective of the modes of nature we are all worked in, how can we be still united if we understand the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. And for example, a person, if he gets into the room, if it is filthy and dirt everywhere, clothes everywhere, he won't be able to sleep. Cluttered room becomes practically very difficult for a person to even breathe. But for other person, it's a normal. He goes in and sleeps, no problem at all. You get what I mean? For a one person, he is obsessed with traveling. Another person, he can't even think about sitting in the bus overnight and travel from one place to another place. He says, I can't enjoy these kind of things. One person can travel in car, drive for thousands of kilometers. Other person thinks 10 kilometers traveling, oh, enough is enough. I have read stories about two couples leaving because of the food differences. You go to the Google search for divorces based on food differences. There are so many you will see. For one person, bangan is a nectar. Another person, bangan is a poison. He says, no, I can't eat. One vegetable which is nectar for one person is a poison for the another person. So distinctive we are. For one person is an introvert. He just sits and he doesn't want to talk to anyone and derives pleasure just being peaceful on his own. Another person is an extrovert. He wants to socialize. He wants to speak to people. He wants to go around. He wants to meet people. He wants to know who are all existing. And he likes spending time like that. For one person, Going to hotel is a pleasure. Another person cooking in kitchen is a pleasure. Eating home food is a pleasure. So many different opinions we have within the same family. For one person, he might think that my goal of life is to have a beautiful bungalow. I want to earn money and to earn money to build a bungalow. Another person says, I just don't want to have any desires. I am happy with a rented house, stay in a rented place. I have no desire to own anything. I have met so many couples having these differences. In last 25 years, I have met so many couples having these kind of differences. What is that makes people behave in such peculiar ways in this world is what three modes of material nature impacts all of us. If you understand this aspect of three modes of material nature, whatever Lord Krishna is going to speak in all the next verses will make sense to you. If you do not understand this, it will not make sense to you at all. And don't Google it, you will not be able to find what I'm talking. Don't Google it. Very, very important to understand. Every chapter you go into, you need to understand what is in it for me. Many people in the material platform always think, what is in it for me? If a boss calls, come for a weekend, the employee says, what is in it for me? What will I get if I come to weekend? It's normal, right? Mine is, 5 days a week. Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. No, you need to come and work. But what is in it for me? Will you remember me at the performance appraisal time? Will you remember me at the time of giving bonuses? Will you remember me at the time of salary hikes? No. I have seen you not remembering. I will not come because I have seen you the same dog style happening. Every time you call, please come. You are the only person who can save our project. And when the time comes to salary hike, you teach me. Why should I come and help you? I will not come. What is in it for me is there in each one of us, but that needs to be applied in reading Bhagavad Gita. How to live in this world? How can we compatible? Wife doesn't want to have differences with the husband. Husband doesn't want to have differences with the wife. Or children don't want to have differences with the father. Father doesn't want to have differences with the children. Friends don't want to have differences with each other, but differences happen. It is the nature of life. Differences, you cannot take it out. But if one person is unifying all of us in those midst of differences as well, then even those differences make us to feel happy together. What is that? That is Krishna. That is why very, very important for us to understand we are all in the clutches karya karma guna adhinaha dehoyam panchabhotikaha. We are all in the clutches of our karma, we are all in the clutches of time, we are all in the clutches of natures. Guna adhinaha. We are all in the clutches. We cannot come out of those clutches, but we have, while within these clutches, how to get liberated? That is only possible when we all, with all our skills, talents, and facilities, serve Krishna with one purpose. Karmapi ekam tasya devasya sevaha. I might be doing different work, but I will do it to the best of my capability to please Krishna. If a doctor thinks like that, if a politician thinks like that, my political career is meant to serve the public and keep Mera Bharat Mahan in terms of the cultural heritage. Let me ensure then everyone will agree. Today there is a big debate that is happening for Vande Mataram, that song. Such a debate. Why such a debate is happening? Because people mentalities are different, objectives of life is different, and everyone are working in a different, thinking in the different way of life. But Gita brings everyone together, but no one wants to pick up Gita. Some people even pick up Gita for a political agenda. Without even reading themselves, they will say, my holy scripture in India is Gita. But have you read it? No, if you have read it, you will never do, you will never dive into the political field. For doing something for yourself, you will do it for the community service. But everyone in today, hospitals are running for financial gain. The courts are running for financial gains. You look at the hotels are running for financial gains. Schools are running for financial gains. Works are running for financial gains. You name it. Everyone are running for financial gains. There's no gain that everyone wants. One gain, that is Krishna, no one wants. How is it? Because no one wants to read Bhagavad Gita. No one wants to come and connect with where the Bhagavad Gita has been studied and understood. That is where it is very, very important. That's where Prabhupada made temple as a Bhagavad Gita education school, not Ganti Bajane ka school. No. Yeah, it has one aspect of ringing bell. I'm not discouraging it, but ringing bell has to happen in our head to read Bhagavad Gita and understand. That is where we are lacking. And the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is the most important, and every chapter of Bhagavad Gita is important. But each and every chapter of Bhagavad Gita gives us one aspects of our life, how to calibrate in our life. Very, very important. If you get into that, and if you understand this, then you will all, even with some differences, you will say there is a unity. You get what I mean? Two friends may be having completely different opinions, but if those two friends think that we both are serving Krishna and let us serve with our best, strength, unifying. Husband and wife might be different in their own way of thinking, but both, if they come together, think that might be that our way of life of thinking might be different. It's okay, because all this is happening because of my body. But at the end of the day, my identity is the soul. And soul is connected to Krishna, and I want to come out of the modes of nature. How can I come out? Only when I start serving Krishna. Today I am having the material body, but if I get purified, I might get a spiritual body and go back to Krishna and serve Him eternally. To get a spiritual body, what should I do? I should purify all my modes of material nature. Because no matter, even if you are in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance, you are arrested in material world. You are imprisoned. Goodness prisons you, even sattvic qualities presents us, even passion presents us, even ignorance presents us. That is where Srimad Bhagavatam tells we need to come out of these three modes. Don't try to become, using ignorance we can serve Krishna. Using passion we can serve Krishna. Using goodness we can serve Krishna, and all those become Shuddha Sattva. We can be able to transcend all the three modes of material nature to reach Krishna. As I said, I want to conclude again. Bhagavad Gita talks about three aspects, very, very important. How time is separating individual from Krishna, how karma is separating individual from Krishna, how modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance separating individual from Krishna, how to surpass these three obstacles so that we can surrender to Krishna. That is the whole objective. And the only way we can do is practicing bhakti, devotion. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat tapashyasi kaunteya tat kuru madharpanam. Whatever. For example, Akinchana has her own way of cooking. When she goes to the kitchen, only thing she does is all Italian, continental, not Indian. No, she cooks sometimes. Yesterday what is that? What you call? You cook something? Yesterday Frenchy or something? What is it? Huh? Okay. She said, I have kept it in the fridge for you. Okay. So everyone have a different way. If same vegetables are given to 100 people, 100 people will cook a different dishes. But Doesn't matter what kind of dishes you do, if you offer it to Krishna, then we are all unified in one platform. You understand? That is the main goal for all of us. That even though I understand three modes of material nature is influencing us and separating us on the material platform, if we stay on the material platform, it separates us. If we use that in the spiritual platform for serving Krishna, it unites us. So, how to utilize these three modes of nature within us to serve Krishna so that we can all become purified. Yeah, that is the whole objective of Bhagavad Gita 14th chapter.